Hi Pisces, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of August 14th through the 20th. This is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. So Pisces, for this reading I am using my Morgan Greer tarot deck along with the magical messages from the fairies, oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, Pisces, I do have the star. Okay, very nice. So the star can represent wish fulfillment, absolutely, for some of you. It does also represent the sign of Aquarius, so maybe for some of you there could be an Aquarius that's very significant this week. But the star is a beautiful healing energy. It's a beautiful, divine, very spiritual energy for me. So for some of you, it could be dealing with some divine timing, absolutely. For other Pisceans, you could be healing. Definitely, I see that here for some of you, that you could be healing from something. Now, the overall energy for you guys for the week is actually the Death card. So, I mean, you could be very much being spiritually guided and protected throughout this maybe change that you're going through, because death is a very powerful energy here. So when you see death, you know that great change is taking place. So with death, it's either something ending within your life and creating that new space for something new to come in, or it's something transforming. Something will never be the same. So for some of you, you're definitely going through this great change, this transformational period, but very much being divinely guided here. For some of you, maybe you're dealing with some divine timing. That could be a possibility for some of you. So, you know, that would be this transformation, this change not taking place, you know, all in one week very quickly. It would be happening over, you know, over some time for some of you. But this is definitely a very positive and very powerful energy. So you're going through this great change. Now, it's definitely a possibility that some of you can be going through a breakup. Now, for some of you, maybe this has already happened and your heart is healing here, or, you know, it could be happening this week. So for some of you, maybe a relationship is ending, because we're starting out with the Eight of Cups here, and this can be something that you invested a lot into emotionally, but it's no longer serving you, so you're moving forward. And with the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords, for me, some of you could have definitely maybe found something out. You could have seen something clearly, seen some sort of truth for some of you, maybe found something out. That's really what I'm getting for some of you. And maybe you've seen something, you could have seen something online, on social media, something like that. You could have definitely even, you know, read some messages or something like that somewhere. And so maybe for some of you, this is a relationship that's ending and you're moving on. For other Pisceans, because I have the Hanged Man underneath the Eight of Cups, that could be something you're waiting on. You're waiting on that clarity, waiting on that information, that news, that truth. Some of you, I think that you're waiting on this information that basically allows for you to move forward in some way. Now, if this isn't on the relationship front, this could definitely be on the business front. There's something that maybe you're emotionally invested in. And I think that with the Hanged Man, this is that period of suspense. But we do see you going through this change. So it is going to be a bit of a process for some of you. But with the Magician here, I think it's a time to plan. It's definitely a time to get creative and make those plans, to come up with those ideas, but also to be very resourceful. So maybe to reach out to different people, to get things kind of in order for some of you while you're going through this process. With the Magician, you're manifesting. This is you starting something new that you're going to be very successful with. You have everything you need. I just think that some of you are dealing with some divine time, definitely. And there could be some Pisceans that you're waiting on some sort of news or information. Things could have been delayed, possibly, for some of you. And then the Hanged Man can also be a voluntary energy. So there could be some Pisceans that maybe you are moving forward with something, you're manifesting, definitely going through some great change here, but for whatever reasons, maybe this week you're going off, spending some time alone, looking at things from maybe a different perspective. So for some of you, you know, this could be you kind of taking a time out as well. Now, for those of you that did go through some sort of breakup or loss of some kind, you know, we see that here with the Three of Swords. But for some of you, you know, I feel like this has already happened. And with that star energy at the bottom of the deck, you are already starting to heal from whatever this is, whatever disappointment, heartache, or loss that you've gone through. You are actually already healing, and you are going through this great change. So this isn't an energy that's going to be, you know, lingering. For some of you, I think that you're already healing from this and moving forward, definitely, with your life. And for some of you, this is definitely on the relationship front with the Three of Swords, and then I have the Lover's card here underneath it. This is definitely maybe an ending of a relationship for some of you. Now, because we have the Lover's card here and the Three of Swords, there could have been a situation involving three people. So there could have been like a love affair. There could have been a love triangle. And with the Knight of Swords and then the Lover's card, yes, a Gemini, an Aquarius could be very significant. An air sign person could be significant. But also for some of you, this is your energy. With the Lover's card and then the Knight of Swords, you could have acted very quickly. This can be someone who's a little bit in a rush here, or someone who's too in a hurry. So you could have acted quickly. You could have made a decision. For some of you, with the Four of Cups here, it could have been because you were not satisfied. With the Four of Cups, this can be someone who is emotionally bored. You know, they want more. They're not emotionally satisfied. So if this was like a love affair, it could be because you weren't happy, you weren't fulfilled in your relationship, and so maybe you got into a relationship with someone else. Of course, that's only going to be for a very small number of you, but I definitely still want to address it. And if this wasn't you, you could have dealt with someone. This, you know, energy can always go both ways. So this could be a person that you were dealing with that maybe acted a little bit too quickly. The Knight of Swords can sometimes get himself into situations, you know, difficult situations because he acted too quickly, because he rushed into things. So you could be dealing with a person who was like this, who acted like this. So maybe rushing into something for some of you led to some sort of heartache or loss. But if that's the case, you know, I see you already at least emotionally moving forward, and with Death and the Magician, you are in the process of actually manifesting and starting some new beginnings here. So again, this isn't something that's going to linger. You're already healing from this. You're already overcoming this. Now, if this is on the job front, because I don't want to just address, you know, relationship matters here, for some of you, yes, you could be dealing with a situation involving three people, but also this could be disappointment. It's a Swords card, so it's not just heartache and pain. It can be mental frustration. It can represent disappointment, and I think that some of you are dealing with some divine time. You're having to wait. There's delays, which has led to some sort of, you know, mental disappointment here or frustration. But you need to know that things are happening on divine time, and you are in this process. This is a very powerful energy. So this is a process that you're in. So yes, you need to be patient, but you know, I see you going through this process, so needing to basically trust. Higher forces are definitely at play here, and you are going through this great change. So just stay positive, stay focused. Like I mentioned, it's a great week to be creative, to come up with those ideas and those plans for the future, because you're going to be able to manifest those things. But let me pull you an additional guidance card, additional guidance for Pisces for this upcoming week. What else does Pisces need to know? Please show me. For those of you that are in a relationship and there was no betrayal, no heartache, or anything like that, you know, maybe you and your partner have been trying to manifest something together. Maybe even trying to start a family or expand your family. But I think that, you know, if you're a Pisces that can relate to that, just needing to, you know, stay positive, maybe needing to get resourceful and look at some other options, especially if you're a Pisces that you and your partner were trying to start a family or expand your family, or maybe achieve something together. This can also be, you know, starting a business or maybe moving house. Just needing to work together and needing to stay positive. Wow, okay. So we have travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So for some of you, you have a trip that is coming up for you, and it's going to be very, very positive for you. For some of you, maybe you're waiting on news about this. So you could be waiting on that news or that communication that basically allows for this trip or allows for this travel, but it's coming. This is confirming that that news is on its way. Some of you could absolutely be traveling this week. There could be a trip that's coming up for some of you that is going to be amazing, and it could be part of this great change that you're going through, Pisces. Okay, so I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to me here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head on over to northeasttarot.com. I do wish you all a wonderful week. Take care.